everyone, welcome to my first ever video on Lit with Lex. I am so excited to be here, and I'm so excited to talk with y'all about books, have my book reviews. I love to hear what you think about certain books versus what I think. And I love how with book talk and everything, everyone can have so many different opinions based on just one book. And that is just one thing I love about books. So my name is Lex. I am 27 years old. I live in Raleigh, North Carolina. I grew up in Ohio. I was a gymnast for 20 years of my life, and now I also coach gymnastics. Um, and ever since I was little, I have loved to read. I have I'm now on my second Kindle. I got my first Kindle when I was probably I think I was like 10 or 11 when I got my first Kindle, and I used that thing until it died. It would no longer turn on, and I loved it. And then when I went to college, I studied criminology and forensic science, and during that time, I didn't have any extra time to read what I wanted and stuff like that because being a D1 student athlete, it was super hard to make time for anything else you enjoyed. And I already had so much study hall hours, so much reading to do that there's no way that I was gonna have time to read what I wanted. So basically, I graduated in 2020, and after that, I started falling back in love with books. So I'm gonna go over all of my favorite genres with y'all today, and I thought that would be a great intro. My favorite genres are thriller, romance, fantasy, YA fantasy, some dark romance, stuff like that. So I'm just gonna go over a couple books that I loved in the certain genres and the ones that like come to my mind first when I think of a certain genre. So for thriller, The Only One Left by Riley Sager. I think it's on my shelf. Where is it? Right here. Boom. And then also Never Lie. But I do not have that one in physical because I read it on my Kindle. Never Lie is by Frida McFadden. Really anything Frida McFadden I love. Anything Lucinda Berry, John Mars. Um, yes. Let me think. Oh, Geneva Rose. Yes. Yeah. So the next genre I'm gonna go over is fantasy. So I am a huge fantasy girly. Anything fantasy, I will read. It's gonna happen. So the very first book I read that was fantasy was A Court of Thorns and Roses, and that is right here. Thank you to Taryn for showing me it because without it, I don't think I would be as big of a book nerd as I am right now. So thank you for showing me it. So I read through that whole series, and then after I finished this whole series, then everyone was like, "You need to read Throne of Glass," and I will say, Throne of Glass is my Roman Empire book series. I will never stop thinking about it. It got me through so much. I literally have a tattoo for it. Oh, it looks a little crusty, dusty, musty right now because it's a little dry. But I love that series through and through. If you have never read a fantasy series, do not start with that one because nothing else will compare. Nothing will compare to Throne of Glass, and I will die on that hill. And if you don't agree with me, I'm sorry, but you're wrong. I'm just kidding. But loved these two series. This is what really got me in to all of my fantasy love. Romance. I think this whole thing is romance. The Done and Dusted, my first ever cowboy romance, and I loved it. Of the Rebel Blue Ranch series. And she's also coming out with another one this year. It's Wild and Wrangled, and I cannot wait for that to come out. I love the first three. I cannot wait to read that last one. And then another romance book that I loved is First Time Caller. It just came out. It's by BK Borison. Super cute, super very 90s sitcom, like a rom-com. Like I really loved it. It was so cute and it just had me like giggling and kicking my feet. Another book, I am about to finish it right now, is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. Um, I am reading it on my Kindle and I got the real version because I got 50% through the book and I was like, this is going to be one of my favorite romance books I've ever read in my life. And so far it's proving that right. So I'll keep you up. YA fantasy. There are so many YA fantasy books that I absolutely love. Obviously, the Hunger Games series, and the new one is coming out literally on Tuesday. I cannot wait. And I loved the Crimson Moth series. I loved it. It's all the way up there. I don't know if it's in the shot. Um, I loved the Shepherd King series. It's up there as well, next to the other one. And I did also love the Divine Rivals and Ruthless Vows. Those were both very, very good. Super obsessed with all of them. Um, and I can't wait to read Legendborn, the second one, and then Oathbound. I'm super excited to do those as well. But that was just a little bit about me and all the books that I love and what got me into reading and my favorite genres and stuff like that. I'm so happy to be on this booktube journey and just comment, subscribe, all of that stuff. I'm just so happy to be able to share my love for books and all these other things. And I just hope that I can share the love with all of you. And just thank you for staying and listening and watching. And I love y'all.